What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for SoFi Technologies with the ticker symbol SoFi. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So SoFi is pushing up higher. It's looking like it wants to break outside of this downward trend line right over here. If that occurs, we're probably going to see a nice move up to the $10.21 level because that is the prior strong resistance. So let's draw a line across that level right there. And right at the $10 level. So you can see, like I said before, there's some indecision going on. Price was stuck in this like pendant formation. It was making lower highs but higher lows. It was stuck bouncing back and forth between this formation. It looks like now it's starting to break out towards the upside. We'll have to wait and see. This is just one day and it's still within that pattern. But if it can break it, I think there's a clear shot up to the $10 level. Overall, you see that price was trying to make a measure move down towards the 525, and that was for the bears. The bulls were trying to reach this 1364. So like I said before, market generally moves in attempts, not guarantees. This was a move up right here in the past, and this was the start of the second leg right here. So this was the first attempt to reach that second leg that failed. This was the second attempt that failed, and we're seeing the final attempt, or the third attempt. Usually the second attempt comes in pairs. So this is the first attempt, and this is the second attempt of the second attempt. So this was the first push, second, and now we're seeing the third. Now, if the third one fails at this trend line, that's usually the last one, and it's probably going to lead to a significant sell-off if it breaks that upward trend line. So again, if we start seeing aggressive selling from right now, it's probably over for SoFi, and we're going to see that drop down towards the mid 6, probably to the low 5s. But again, it's holding up right now and it looks like it wants to push up higher. So again, if it breaks this downward trend line, if it probably reaches right around the high 8s, it's probably going to continue higher towards the low 10s. So that's how I'm looking at it. Right now, it's still within the area to get rejected, but if it hits up a little bit higher, maybe like 875, 880, 890, if it gets like around this area right here, I think there's a clear shot up towards that $10 level, possibly even higher. And the bears, they made one leg down right here in the past. This was the first attempt to make a new low that failed, and this was the second attempt that failed because it bounced off that upper trend line. So we can still see that second attempt or the third push, like we're seeing the third push for the bulls, if we get rejected from this trend line. But if not, there's a good chance we probably won't get it because the bears don't have much left to use in their arsenal to drop down the price. You can see that we're finding support from this upward trend line. We got the bullish target in play to the upside, and it looks like the bears are struggling to knock down that price. So again, this is probably the final show before we see the breakout towards the top or bottom, and it looks like it's trying to break out towards the top as of right now, and that would probably take price right back over here towards that $10 level or the high 9s. So that's how I'm looking at SoFi. It needs to break this downward trend line, and in some cases it looks like it already has. Because if I adjust the trend line in a specific way, but I want to make it wide as possible, so it would need to break this wide trend line right here. I'm going to make that wider. So if it breaks this wide trend line with a strong break, probably to the high 8s, low 9s, it's probably going to continue moving higher to the 10s. So that's how I'm looking at SoFi. And here's a look at the weekly. You can see that we have 3 consecutive green weeks in a row. This week is not over yet, but it's looking pretty strong. It looks like it might be the week that breaks out to the upside. And, we're finding support from the EMA. EMA is kind of curling over. EMAs don't act as support, but you can see that it is, kind of giving that illusion of support. That price is starting to, curve up. And again, it looks like it wants to move up higher. Price was not able to get back below this $8 level, which is a bullish sign. And again, it's looking like it wants to push up higher. So SoFi, nice volatile moves, and if it can push up higher, I would be expecting the low 10s. It might even break that for even higher prices. But as right now, it's looking bullish. But again, that downward trend line is still in play. It's still within this downward trend line. It would need to break that downward trend line to have that push up higher towards the low 10s. If not, then it's probably going to come back down to that trend line, the support trend line, and probably even break it that time. Because then it would tell me that the bulls tried several attempts to push up prices and they failed, while the bears can still knock down the price one last time. So that's all I have for SoFi Technologies on the daily weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.